Hi everyone. Today in this video tutorial I'm going to show you as to how you can run Volume.io application or the app in your PC or laptop. So there are two different ways of going about this. One way is to run the Volume.io in VirtualBox. That is, while you work on your computer on a different application, you can still use Volume.io. And the second way of going about is using your system as a standalone Volume.io uh, gadget. So today I'll just take you through both these process as to how it can be done. So for getting started, the various things what you need is the VirtualBox software, the Oracle VM VirtualBox software, and then the image Volume.io image which you can download. Go into the volumeio.org site, go to the download section. So since that we are planning to run it in the PC, under the download section, drop down to PC x86/x64, click on that and download the image file and unzip it. So that is done, and then the main part, you need at least 8 gigs of USB storage, any thumb drive or flash drive, or even an SD card, 8 gigs ideal, and then Win32 disk imager software, which you normally use to write images onto your Raspberry Pi. So I have already downloaded this image. So let us get started. Let me insert the thumb drive into my PC. So it has got detected. Now run the Win32 disk imager. Choose the image from where you downloaded. And then start the write process. Choose yes. While this goes on, we'll get started with the VirtualBox, configuring the VirtualBox. You need to open the VirtualBox as an administrator. So right click and choose run as administrator. So I have already created a Volume.io machine, so let me remove it and just show you as to how it is done. Click on the new button here. Under the drop down, choose other, and under version choose other or unknown, and give the name Volume.io. Click next. Memory size, allocate at least 512 MB RAM. If you have plenty, you can allocate more. So I have 12 gigs of RAM, so I'll just allocate 1024. And then choose do not add a virtual disk. Create, continue. And now once the machine is created, go to the settings. Network adapter, choose bridged adapter. Okay, and click on the box over here under the system network and click OK. Okay, now it says write successful and the job is done. Now what we need to do is we need to make this USB as a bootable drive for our VirtualBox. So again, open up the VirtualBox and run as administrator. Okay, I'll just minimize it. Now run command prompt as admin. This is the default directory of your command prompt as administrator, C/Windows/System32. This has to be changed to the VirtualBox location, folder location. So now go to the C folder, so wherever your VirtualBox is installed. It will be usually under program files, Oracle, and then VirtualBox. So type cd Okay, now you have changed the location to the VirtualBox. Now copy and paste the command that I have given below. You can find that in the description of this video. This command, what it basically does is it creates a VirtualBox disk image of your USB. So you can boot your VirtualBox machine from USB. So that is what this command does. And just open the disk manager in order to know the drive number of your USB. So if you see here, disk 0 is my hard disk and disk 1 is my pen drive, which has the image of Volume.io. Okay, so this is disk number 1, and here instead of the hash command, type the disk number here, and here change the location of your disk image to whatever location what you want. So I have it in cusb.vdmk. You just change it to whatever location you want. Just press enter. So now it says raw host disk access VMDK file created. Okay, so now this will be under the C drive. Directly under the C drive, it will have the name called usb.vmdk. So you can find it here. So what you need to do is copy this or shift this drive into your VirtualBox project folder. That will be usually under users, and under users VirtualBox VMs, and here paste it here, click OK. So it will be pasted here. So while all this happens, you still need to have your USB plugged in. So let us now go back to the VirtualBox manager. This has to be run as admin, otherwise you will get an error while adding in the hard disk file. Go into the settings now again, go to storage, and click on the hard disk icon here. Click choose existing hard disk and choose usb.vmdk here and click open. Just in case if you don't run this as an administrator, you will not be able to add the usb.vmdk. Click OK. Now just start the machine. So now you have got the volume IO running successfully. So in this, go into the settings and set up your network connections. So this gives you an IP to which the volume IO system has been connected. The volume IO is running in our PC, so let us just check out the web app version of it. So even though there is an app in the Play Store, I'm not happy with it. So let me just directly log in from the Google Chrome browser. So I entered the IP address and the volume IO interface has opened up. There are two ways of using this. One is like adding a media server directly to the volume IO, or second option is using it as a DLNA player. So let us add a network drive here. So I have already got one network drive. Enter the credentials of your network drive if you have one. Click on show advanced options and from the file share type, drop down and choose NFS. Click save. Now it says network drive added successfully, and now as soon as it scans, it gives you the list of the tracks. So go to my music and you can see you have got 12 tracks here. Click on music library. So you have the list of the tracks. Double tap to start playing it. You can pause and play. So just for the sake of not getting any copyright hits, I'm not playing the full track. You can hear the music actually. So that is how it is done, by hosting Volume IO in your PC through a virtual box. So now let us see as to how you can directly run the Volume IO standalone in your PC. Turn on your system and boot from USB. Now as soon as you boot from USB, you will get the option over here to play the Volume IO. We have the media drive mounted over here. Under the playback options, click PCH save. If you choose HDMI, it will have the audio output coming out of your HDMI port. So click on PCH and click save. Now go to my music and click on browse. Go to music library, NAS, drive. You can see that it is playing. So that is it, guys. So that is how you play Volume IO standalone in your PC, or else you can use software such as VirtualBox to run Volume IO while you work on something else as well. I hope this was useful and informative, and if you feel so, please subscribe for more such videos. Thank you.